There's a lot of places you shouldn't talk politics. 8772 Radio U. At work. At Thanksgiving dinner in many cases. We discussed that yesterday. And on the Joe Rogan Reddit. The Joe Rogan subreddit. That's a fairly recent development where despite Joe Rogan himself on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast frequently having literal politicians on the show.
He has great discussions with all sorts of different politicians.
He's talked to Bernie Sanders and Gavin Newsom. Did Donald Trump go on there, right?
Yeah, Donald Trump, J.D. Vance.
Yeah, a who's who of current politicians. But on the Joe Rogan subreddit, you are now banned from talking politics, even as they continue to promote free speech on there.
Oh, interesting.
You're free to speak about anything
except
politics on the Joe Rogan subreddit.
I see.
I think it should be definitely pointed out. Joe Rogan has nothing to do with the actual sub. This is not managed by him or anybody associated with him. This is just to talk about what they talk about on the podcast.
Right.
Unless they talk about politics. Don't talk about that anymore.
Which is going to be like a lot of the discussion. Because I think, at least in this article, it mentions that recent episodes, I guess somebody did the math on this, 46.3% of the episode, either like who was on or the episodes themselves, were political. That's almost half. So
somebody did that in response to this announcement that it was being banned.
Right.
They're like 46% of these episodes are political.
Yeah. So I'm sure that was just like some quick research, but that's a little bit odd to be like, this is the subreddit about Joe Rogan and his show, and we can't talk about half of what he does.
Yeah.
That's a little odd.
I like some of the people have been trying to have fun with it on there too.
Sure.
My favorite is somebody that posted a joke that said, it was a picture of a marijuana leaf, and it just says, I have no opinion on whether this should or should not be legal.
Yeah, I mean,
that's all you're allowed to say.
You can't.
Even that might be, towing up to the line.
Yeah. Well, apparently the moderators of this subreddit basically, they announced, and they said in their announcement that the sub was overrun by users pushing a political agenda, both left and right. So they decided they wanted to put an end to that. They said they were not equipped to properly moderate, arbitrate, and curate political posts while also promoting free speech. No one's really asking you to do that. You're moderators for this subreddit, but you don't need to step in and arbitrate every single political post.
Yeah, I almost feel like you're making more work for yourself.
Yeah,
now.
I think you're making this you're making a mountain out of a mountain basically. This is not that big of a deal. To me, what it sounds like is there's probably some political things being said that the moderators disagree with, and so they're like, well, we're just gonna ban all of it,
which is the antithesis of free speech.
Yeah, I'm like, if you really truly want it to be free, that should include politics.
Yeah. Well, the really bad news is there's nowhere else you can go to discuss politics.
No, nowhere else
online.
At all.
No, there's other. This is the last option.
Can't people just create their own subreddit so they can just create political Joe Rogan, new subreddit?
Why do people want to be moderators of anything?
I don't know.
Who signs up for that?
Who would want this life?